Center for Democracy and Development, in collaboration with Election Analysis Center, has presented an analysis of the 2023 general elections. At a press briefing with the media stakeholders, highlighted the hitches and successes recorded to serve as a guide for future elections that will bring about more credibility in the electoral process. Our correspondent, Victoria Ayorinde, has the details.
As the 2023 general election ends, stakeholders have noticed and drawn out hitches that breached the free, fair, and credible mandate for a democratic poll. With a deep sense of professional commitment of analyzing the 2023 general elections, Center for Democracy and Development, an election analysis center in Abuja, at a press briefing with the media, closely observed the process for the last gubernatorial state House of Assembly election, stating INEC's conduct during the presidential election, which affected the Commission's performance, the adoption of different violent tactics to disrupt voting in many polling units, amongst others. The chairman, Election Analysis Center, Adele Junado, say the group have carried out investigation during the last Saturday governorship poll to assess the electoral process.
69.2% of observed polling units noted that INEC officials arrived before 8:30 a.m. 93% of observed polling units noted that INEC officials were on site by 9:30 a.m. 10.8% of observed polling units noted violence and fighting. 25.3% of observed polling units noted vote buying at their polling units. 11.5% of observers noted that builders malfunctioned. 4.7% of observers noted intimidation at their polling units. On average, voting started at 8:52 a.m. 8% of observers noted there were no security personnel at their polling units.
Stating the analysis of the conduct of election, Joe Abba, member of Election Analysis Center, said the outcome will have effect on the development of democracy in Nigeria as a whole.
Stakeholders in the electoral process must work together to ensure solutions are preferred to ensure sustainable development in the electoral processes. Because no matter how much INEC improves, if the state does not do more to tackle security, to tackle violence, to tackle thuggery, to tackle misinformation, violence, rhetoric, and hate speech, then whatever improvements are made in election administration itself will have a limited effect in reassuring voters that their votes can actually count.
Idiyat Hassan, Director, Center for Democracy and Development, reviews the effects of social media in promoting hate speech during the period of election.
One thing we are also very keen about and we are working to see happens is the role the social media also plays in promoting hate speech and disinformation. And you will see from our analysis that we acknowledge the fact that in the first 6 hours, there were attempts to actually intimidate voters with videos, most of it shared online and in closed platforms, messaging platforms such as WhatsApp, which is basically to intimidate them. In most of those instances, we reported their anger. And we reported to social media platforms, when some were third-party partners or because of the work our election war room, social media war room does, took it upon ourselves, but there is a need for advocacy, for them to lower the standard when it comes to reporting in countries like Nigeria.
However, stakeholders advocate the consolidation of technology in all elections to have a credible electoral process in Nigeria like other developed countries.